Jacobson from CBS Saturday Morning. Welcome to The Dish. Today we travel across the Atlantic to visit 3 restaurants in 3 different European countries where local flavors are on the menu. In Portugal, we meet a chef who celebrates his roots in more than a dozen restaurants. And we travel to the small nation of Georgia, nestled between Europe and Asia, to meet a chef elevating that country's traditional cuisine. But we begin in the Tuscan countryside, where high school sweethearts George and Linda Myers settled after leaving behind their home in Virginia. They've transformed a 4th century Italian villa into a destination cooking school, where visitors learn authentic techniques like pasta making from locals. I immersed myself in the once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Nestled in the Tuscan countryside is this villa, known as La Chiusa.
All of it, put it all in. Tutta.
The former oil mill, built in the 4th century, has taken on new life.
So that's this garlic. It's a little bit sweeter.
As a haven for food lovers.
You'll be able to taste it both ways.
The experience, called Cook in Tuscany, offers a week-long immersion in the region's cuisine.
I make all my own extract.
The founders, not Italians, but Americans.
So if you were to dig in there, you would see that this truffle was around a little hair-like roots.
A couple from Virginia who fell in love with the country and culture.
Everybody has a purpose.
You are living what people fantasize about.
Yes.
We feel very fortunate that we do get to call this home. And every day we wake up and we think we're living a dream.
Yes. And I work for my wife, so there you go.
We all should be that lucky.
That's right. He's very
Linda.
lucky.
Yes.
George and Linda Myers are high school sweethearts who've been married for 38 years. Before moving here, Linda was a kindergarten teacher. George, a retired Air Force pilot who ran a business development firm in Washington, D.C. Both passionate about travel.
Before iPhones and before Google Maps, we would get out the paper map and we would actually go, let's go north, let's go south, let's go that way. And we would just drive.
We would.
We were in southern Spain once and we ended up in Morocco. So we don't plan much, we just go.
Go.
Italy topped their list of favorite vacation spots until Linda made a life-changing suggestion in 2011. What if they quit their jobs, sold their house, and moved to Tuscany?
And I said, well, worst thing could happen, Linda, we live in Italy for a year.
Yeah. And 2 weeks later, we were here.
2 weeks later, Linda was living in the village without Wi-Fi and all that.
No Wi-Fi. Didn't know the language.
Nah, we didn't have a plan.
We did not have a real plan.
Speak any Italian?
No.
She didn't know.
But I figured it out real quick. Melanzane, which is the eggplant parm.
Within 2 years, George and Linda began connecting visitors with locals for cooking classes.
Antonetta over there.
The start of Cook in Tuscany.
Gianni means turn.
As their popularity grew, so did the business, with the couple purchasing La Chiusa for its home base in 2018.
I think sometimes people have in their mind, if you'd come in here, you'd change it and
No.
Americanize it.
Absolutely
And
not.
this is not, you are just wrapping yourselves within the community.
We are in their place, and we love their place, and we want to make sure we keep their place just the way they like it.
Yes.
Visitors pay about $4,000 to spend 7 days and 6 nights at La Chiusa. The price tag includes lots of food and wine and daily trips around Tuscany, both culinary and cultural.
And we book about 2 years out for Cook in Tuscany.
Okay.
And I have people who will send me $150 a month, and this is a trip of a lifetime for them. And so every week has to be fantastic.
Yes. This must be a bucket list.
It must.
Spugna, kitchen.
Which is the motivation for excursions like this. A truffle hunt led by a Jack Russell Terrier named Spugna, or Sponge.
Look at that, look.
On the vast grounds of Tenementi Andreucci,
You notice these are only like 6 inches under?
a nearby vineyard.
We're lucky enough to be in their vineyard and at their home.
After that, a 7-course wine tasting paired with small plates, led by vintner Flavio Andreucci.
When you say Prosecco, you want to identify immediately a geographic area.
A 7th-generation winemaker who met George and Linda when they first moved to town.
To me, it seems special because they haven't tried to make it American here.
Well, honestly, it's not easy. And then surprise us because how fast they learn honestly, to be really in deep understanding our tradition. So actually, they are running a very successful business, and they share their business not only for us, with all the community around us.
Back at La Chiusa, one of the week's highlights is some time in the kitchen with Nonna Antonetta.
The palm of your hand.
If you want to learn how to make pasta,
It's a Nonna.
it's the Nonna.
Definitely.
Yeah. They've been doing it since they were 4. We laugh sometimes because measurements are different. You know, they believe in like pouring the bag of flour, pouring a coffee cup of water.
Right.
There is now. But every time theirs comes out perfect. And we try to tell our people, like, wait till Wednesday. You're really going to start feeling it, and you will know
And
how
that's
to
when
do
you're
it.
going to know the consistency.
That's when you're
you'll
going to know.
An intuition developed while guests help create the very meals they eat, as I discovered firsthand with this typical Tuesday lunch. Among the 6 courses, melanzane, a fried eggplant, which we started our cooking lesson with hours earlier. Pollo nonna, a roasted chicken. Peachy, hand-rolled by our cooking class, and salsa aglione, Tuscan biscotti, which is cantucci, traditionally made with almonds, and panna cotta.
To me and to George, there's nothing better than when we gather everybody and we sit around the table and we get to know our guest, and they invite us to their homes and we get to do that. And it to me, it's just an amazing experience.
Yeah.
It's the La Chiusa community, which George and Linda have cultivated. One New Jersey native, Teresa Paterno, embraced on one of her first trips since losing her husband to a heart attack.
You're traveling alone, but it doesn't feel like, from watching, that you feel alone here.
Absolutely not. From the very beginning, I felt like I was at home.
And seeing George and Linda's success has also served up some inspiration.
I want to own a bed and breakfast. It's been a dream of mine and my late husband's for a very long time. So being here has given me the confidence.